Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cup Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world. And welcome back to yet another match preview show for you guys tonight. And yes, it is Liverpool back in Champions League action against Ajax, of course. The Reds will be in Amsterdam tomorrow, or they already are in Amsterdam, of course. And yeah, the Reds do take on Ajax tomorrow to hopefully, get themselves secured in the knockout stages of the Champions League. We just need a point, Liverpool. Can we do that? Who knows, bloody hell, this season anyway. But guys, let me know how all of you are in the comment section down below. If any of you, new around here as well, then please feel free to leave a like. It's very much appreciated on the channel. Apologies that I've been away since the Forest results. Internet problems and again just feeling ill the last couple of days has been horrific. And football could cheer you up, but does Liverpool Football Club cheer anyone up at the minute? No, they absolutely don't. It's horrendous at the moment, isn't it? But look, at the end of the day, hopefully we can secure Champions League knockout football tomorrow. Knockout stages football. Anyway, and fingers crossed. Anyway, we can get that first win away of the season. Hopefully. Anyway, but let's get into your comments then. Anyway, to start the video, Arlington, hello Al. Hopefully on a fantastic day. Saying, is Michael Edwards going to United? If yes, I am now an FSG out. We will talk about that. I do have some breaking news concerning Michael Edwards, good old Michael Edwards, as well. So I will have news about that Al as well. And Gary's in as well, saying Talio Old Bean as well. Liverpool must win tomorrow. Absolutely, Gary. It's essential Liverpool win tomorrow, or at least even get a point away at Ajax is still pretty decent. Even though when you look at it, Napoli absolutely destroyed them, didn't they? Away from home. So again, hopefully Liverpool can do the same. Anyway, but guys, if you're new around here, like I said, please feel free to leave a like button. Please hit that subscribe button as well if you're new around here as well. And please share out the stream as well. It'd be very much appreciated if you could do that as well for me, guys. As well, if you're on Twitter, tag us in it as well. At the Cup Council, I'll like it, retweet it, everything as well. So just as appreciation for you guys as well. Anyway, I'm Bryson as well, saying Evening Corner as well. But I will get back then to Alan's comment about, is Michael Edwards going to United? Now, there was rumours this morning, if you guys were looking on Twitter, as long as well as me, and of course the rumours this morning that came out from the Football Insider claiming that Michael Edwards was very, very close to joining Manchester United, which again would be a bitter pill to swallow. But of course, we've all known that Michael Edwards has said himself that if the correct project was there, he'd take it up. And of course, he wanted a break from football, but it would take a huge amount of money to get him back into football. And it was a never say never type situation. And that was, we've known since he's left Liverpool, of course, the top English teams have very much wanted his services, especially, Manchester United and Chelsea have been the main two that have reportedly been fighting back and forth for his services anyway. But we did have some breaking news before coming on air as well, of course. Good old Melissa Reddy as well. Let me quickly take down Alan's comments. You can see the whole of Melissa Reddy's tweet anyway, but saying Chelsea approached Michael Edwards to be the CEO of football, not sporting director. He liked the scope of the role, but timing wasn't right as he's on sabbatical by choice. No LFC clause preventing him from working. The Manchester United link is fiction. So again, we've known that Bowley at Chelsea have wanted Michael Edwards, and that's the thing. Like practically, and I think Chelsea fans have said that the new ownership, they appoint people that they see and have heard that are the best in their position. And we know from from history, don't we, that Michael Edwards has done a phenomenal job at Liverpool and so on. And look, I wouldn't be begrudged if he did go to Chelsea, but you just hear of the, Chelsea offering him, being CEO of the football negotiation side of things, which again would be a phenomenal role for him. But as see, but there, as what Melissa Reddy said, again, as you can see, but there, saying that he liked the scope of it, but the timing wasn't right. And we've known, even Michael Edwards has said, like I mentioned, he has said that he doesn't want to go straight back into another football job. He wants to have some time to himself. And again, that isn't, and reading a bit more into the article that I did look at as well, it did look like that, not a quick decision is going to be made. It could even be made, this time next year, potentially. But as things stand at the moment, Michael Edwards isn't returning to football anytime soon. But by the looks of things, Chelsea are not giving up on that role. But it looks like Manchester United, and the rumours this morning about him, having an agreement in principle, and it was imminent and so on, is a pile of nonsense as far as I'm aware of, as far as what I've been able to gather in terms of social media as well, and so on as well. But this is the only concrete evidence that I can suggest to you guys as well that is legit, and I'd say is ultimately legit, as far as I would say anyway. But as you can see, Melissa Reddy saying that Chelsea, of course, approached Michael Edwards to be their CEO of football, not sporting director, which of course is a lot more significant role at the club. Obviously, he liked the scope of the role, but timing wasn't right as he's on sabbatical by choice. No LFC clause preventing him from working. And again, the biggest one in that as well is the Manchester United links is fiction as well, which again is massive news for all of our sanity being Liverpool fans, that Michael Edwards isn't going to Manchester United anyway. But guys, let me know your thoughts on that as well. I wanted to bring in breaking news to you guys anyway, because I know a lot of people have been talking about it this afternoon and tonight as well, that everyone has been speaking about it. And again, I think it is interesting the fact that he isn't going to Manchester United, which is happy bloody days as well. But that won't be nice to see, to be honest, as well, says Bry as well. Yeah, it wouldn't have been nice. And as well, okay, it's nonsense then. Yeah, no, it is 100% nonsense. Not happening as far as I know. And if it is, and if he does unfortunately go to another club, it looks to be Chelsea. More than anyone at the present moment in time, and it's a penalty to City as well. I don't know any of the scores in the Champions League games. I haven't been keeping my eye on it anyway. But yeah, that as far as that is concerned, that's all the news on Michael Edwards. Anyway, if you're watching on repeat as well, which again we'll keep up to date with it if there is anything breaking. But that was breaking news before we did come on. Anyway, to be fair to you guys. Anyway, but let's get in then to, of course, the actual preview for you guys tonight. Anyway, and quickly take a look at Ajax, because of course we're not going to be live late tonight, guys. Anyway, it's only going to be about 15-20 minute stream. Anyway, but let's take a look at Ajax then. Of course, the last couple of games that they've lost, of course, both to Napoli, losing 4-2 in the latest fixture and losing 6-1, of course, against them at Ajax as well, which again is frightening to look at, because we know how good Napoli dismantled us as well. But again, looking at an Ajax perspective of it, I think obviously when we played them at Anfield, I think we should have scored a lot more goals. And no, it was 2-1 that day. And they got that, for me, I still think it's a really, really cheap goal to give away. But, again, I think Liverpool could easily beat Napoli. Not Napoli, sorry. Could easily beat Ajax if we just turn up. If we finally turn up and show what we can do and what we can deliver, then for me, I think there's no stopping Liverpool from winning this game. But again, that would be normal Liverpool. Liverpool this season is ridiculous. It's unpredictable, I think, is the best thing to use as well anyway. But James Pearce, obviously bringing the news from earlier on in the press conference, Virgil van Dijk speaking about the poor away form anyway for the Reds, saying it's not something we like, and it's something we want to improve on as a group. It seems it starts tomorrow. We want to show that we are Liverpool as well. And of course, again, Liverpool haven't won an away game so far this season, which again is horrific. And happily, we're going to be playing in green tomorrow, which again, that away kit is normally when you have a funky away kit like that, normally we have good memories in it. So far this season, we've had shocking memories of it. I think we lost, what, 4-0 to United in pre-season. Again, losing against Arsenal, losing against Forest. It's not good, is it, at the moment? I think we've played, what, six games so far this season, um, away from home, and I think we've lost three, or I think we may have lost four. Actually, I think we've lost four and drawn two, I think, away from home this season in all competitions, which again isn't good enough. Let's be practically frank about it. It's not good enough for Liverpool Football Club. And again, you already look at it. Liverpool have lost four times this season already. That equals the same amount from last season as well, which again is by far not good enough for Liverpool Football Club. It was our own fault and our own doing against Nottingham Forest. Look, fair play to Forest. They scored their goal. They scored their chance, but Liverpool should have beat them. We should have battered them realistically. And again, we didn't take our chances, and that's the mistake that we're constantly making. We're not finishing our chances. In the Premier League, especially. What, I think it's like 180 shots Liverpool have had so far in the Premier League, the most of any team. And again, when you look at it and you look at the XGs, Liverpool are not scoring the goals that we should do. And again, without Darwin Núñez, it seems again, without that strike force, we struggled to punish Forest. And again, you hope that doesn't carry into, of course, the Ajax game, and hopefully, of course, the Leeds game next week as well. So again, hopefully, the Reds can finally show what we're bloody capable of anyway. But we'll get into injury news then for you guys as well. Of course, both Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Naby Keita will not be a part of the of course, will not be part of the Champions League squad because they are not registered in the Champions League group. Obviously, Klopp given the reasons for why they're not. Of course, Naby and Ox are not in the Champions League squad because everyone told me they would be out for longer as well, which again isn't the best of news. Really want to be hearing from Klopp. So again, we're out of two players as well. And of course, Klopp also speaking about Thiago as well. And Thiago not being available, saying Thiago was not close when asked if he was a doubt for the weekend. I hope not, but who knows as well. Of course, Thiago is out with an extended period due to the ear infection that, again, I was saying this to Jack, to be fair, and I was like, surely you can play through a ear infection. Of course, ear infections are not nice, don't get me wrong, they're horrible, they're horrific, but for me, personally, I'm like, surely Thiago can play through a year infection. Why not? But again, hopefully he'll be back for Leeds for the weekend. Potentially, I don't. And you look at the midfield options at the minute. What we have, the choice of Fabinho and Jordan Henderson in the two, or Curtis Jones in the two, or it's not looking good, is it? Midfielders is needed. And again, wasn't going to really mention it, but of course today the news came out that Liverpool looked like they're giving up on Jude Bellingham, which that's amazing, isn't it? It's exactly the news that you want to hear. Anyway, but I'll get into your comments in a minute, guys, as well. Keep your comments coming through as well. But if anyone does want to take a look at this as well, this is currently the injury list so far for Liverpool. Now, as you can see, it's done in a graph. I did nick this off Facebook, I believe. But this is all the injuries that have happened so far this season, and it shows by how many, how long it's been. Of course, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain has been the longest through one particular injury. As you can see as well, Naby Keita is up there as well, and obviously, Darwin, Luis Diaz as well. Also, for now, of course, being there or thereabouts. But again, it's sad to see because when you actually look at it, Liverpool have only had 8 players now this season, well, 8 first-team players that haven't been injured so far this season. It's 2021 all over again, isn't it, chat? It's horrible, it's horrific, and it's not nice, is it? But yeah, if you guys can name the 8 players that haven't been injured so far this season, I'll give you a gold star. If anyone wants to take a guess, I think I know the players. that haven't been injured so far this season. And fingers crossed they don't get injured neither. But that list is a joke. It's an absolute joke. And yet again, let's remember, Liverpool haven't got a club doctor at the club, which again, I don't know how that's happened, but Liverpool don't have a club doctor at the moment. And again, I was going to mention this in a separate video, and it was going to be the video yesterday, really, about Liverpool's struggles. But again, I don't get how through, what was it, 1819 and 1920, Liverpool had the best medical team around. We had the best medical department around. Everyone was fit. Everyone was capable of playing 50 odd games, which is stupid to say, isn't it? But now, ever since COVID happened, and our team got absolutely thrown to pieces because of COVID, we've never recovered from it. Even last season, and I know last season we had an amazing year and so on. And guys, I will get to your comments as well. But even last year there was a period, wasn't it, around, what was it, the November, January period where we had crucial players out, and when we dropped points, and that's when we got 14 points between us and City, and that at the end of the day cost us at some point as well. I don't know what is happening. I do not know what's happening in terms of medical department and Liverpool Football Club. To be fair, I do not know. And I think, for me personally, guys, I think it needs to be investigated within the club. And I'm surprised, right? No journalist is really asking Jurgen Klopp about this. No one will, and I don't think anyone has really taken an interest in it. And when you're playing high intensity football, you need an amazing, a physio department and so on. You need a brilliant, core team where you've got a club doctor, you've got, people at the club that know, what they're talking about, what they're doing, and preparation and so on as well. You need those people, and for some reason Liverpool don't have that at the moment. Now I know other people have gone on to do, they've gone to FIFA and so on. And if you're in the medical, terms in football, I think going to FIFA, going to FIFA is one of the best things you can do. Or it's one of the highest accolades then you can go to. And I think that's the interesting thing anyway. But guys, let me know your thoughts anyway, and let me know the 8 players that you think have been injured so far this season. Anyway, but I'll get into your comments then, guys, before we do move on to start 11 predictions. Let me know your starting 11 predictions, guys, in the comments down below. Let me know your score predictions as well. If there's more of you in the chat as well. And again, just let me know your thoughts for Ajax v Liverpool anyway tomorrow, 8 o'clock. It's going to be anyway. Beat Rangers away only as well. Oh yeah, we beat Rangers away. I forgot about that. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's not good enough. Robertson as well saying hi, Colin as well. Hello, Rob. Have a fantastic day, my friend. Only 2 teams have more touches inside the opposite box than us. We're creating chances as well. Yeah, exactly. We're creating, but not finishing them off, are we, at the moment? How is everyone doing today as well? I'm doing fantastic. Thank you, Mark. Hopefully you're on a fantastic day as well. Kate Gordon out for the rest of the season. I think he's out until 2023. Out until 2023. But I don't think he's out for the season yet. I might be wrong with that, Mark. But what I saw today, I think he's out until 2023. So fingers crossed that's what I've seen correct anyway. But again, I wouldn't be too surprised if he is out for the season. Anthony's in as well saying we win tomorrow, great. But if we have to with a weak team, play a draw as well. Yeah, absolutely. We only need a draw. That's the thing. We only need a draw. Technically, Liverpool are already through. I think if you look at, I don't know how the Champions League works. I don't know whether or not if it's head to heads or. But then to be fair, Ajax is that would be level. So I'm guessing goal difference would count. So Liverpool are technically through because Ajax can only get up to 9 points, which Liverpool are currently on. Are we currently on 9 points? Yeah, we are. We're currently on 9 points. They can only get up to that. And I think, yeah, obviously Liverpool, obviously because of the Rangers win, are severely better on goal difference until we lose 7-1 to Napoli. Anyway, not kidding, of course. But again, it's not too far away, is it? Yeah, of course, as well. How are you, Brian, as well, says Mark. Absolute joke that is as well. I think that's with me showing the injury record as well, the injury graph as well. Yeah, it's absolutely taking the mick, isn't it? Bellingham was never going to happen. There's more players out there. Yeah, to be fair, I get that, but again, when you're wasting two summers for one particular player, and then not even when the window is around, you pull out of it. It's ridiculous, isn't it? What's the Bellingham story? Practically, journalists today coming out and saying that Liverpool are not willing to pay over 100 million for Jude Bellingham, which again, it could just be tabloids and so on, and journalists trying to make a story and so on. But everything, even Paul Joyce, James Pearce, they've spoken about it, how Liverpool don't feel like they want to pay over the odds for Jude Bellingham, and won't be pulled into a bidding war like we did with Darwin Núñez, for example. And again, I'm gutted because I think Jude Bellingham in a Liverpool shirt would have been amazing, and the Jurgen Klopp as well. But again, like we've spoken about, Liverpool are going to have to spend 200-300 million on the midfield alone next summer, let alone the friggin' rest of the squad anyway. But feels like everyone's injured, been injured to be honest as well, says Rob as well. Yeah, no, that is true as well. Being offline all day as well, says Brian. Let me quickly go back up because the chat reloaded. Doubt we will be in for Jude now. Yeah, I don't think we're going in. It's annoying, but yeah, I think he's going to Real Madrid. Hoping he goes to Real Madrid personally. If I'm being perfectly honest, I don't want him at City. That would be the end then. If they got Bellingham, then Jesus Christ. Imagine Erling Haaland and Jude Bellingham. They would dominate for the next 10 years easily. Freaking hell, that's not a sight I wanted. Yeah, Edwards going to United is scary. Mark, if you have missed it, and I think you have, my friends, let me quickly get it back up anyway. He's not going to Manchester United. Melissa Reddy tweeting out about it, saying that, of course, Chelsea have approached him to be the CEO of their football, not sporting director, of course, but he is, he's on a sabbatical. He doesn't want to join any club right now. But again, she's saying down the bottom, as you can see, the Man United links is fiction. It's not true. He's not going to Manchester United. It would be the most weirdest thing possible, like I mentioned just now. But again, it's not going to happen. He's not going to Manchester United. I do believe he will finally go to Chelsea because Bowley wants him. He wants Michael Edwards. I think eventually, might be a year's time when Michael Edwards is ready to come back. Excuse me, to come back into football. But for me, I don't think he's going to Manchester United. I think he's going to Chelsea. Being honest, I would say anyway. But let me quickly go back up. This Doctor Nonsense is a bloody joke, says Gary. It's true though. It is true. Ali, VVD, Salah, Elliott, Milner, and three other players as well. You're close, Bry. No, Ali. No, actually, no, you're not. Ali got injured, didn't he? Ali wasn't available for the start of the season technically. Of course, he was injured for Man City in the Community Shield. Technically, I'll give it to you, but technically not at the same time. Adrian is in there. That's how bad it is. Adrian. Yeah, because Keller has been injured this season. Harvey Elliott's in there. Mo's in there. Virgil's in there. Joe Gomez is in there as well. Joe Gomez hasn't been injured this season so far. And yeah, I think you guys know the rest as well. Over the last few seasons, we have had a lot of players out as well. Yeah, it's been, again, it's only it's in periods, isn't it? It's like after the World Cup now, apart from probably Jota, everyone's going to be back again. It makes no sense. But Barella is the player we need as well. I love Barella at Liverpool. Jack is a huge fan. Obviously, if you guys know Jack from Anfield Road TV, he adores Barella, like I do with Bellingham. But yeah, it'll be interesting when it doubt we can afford him with the influx of cost being linked with us as well. Yeah, absolutely. The chef hasn't been hasn't been injured. Leave Caroline alone. What's she done? Rangers will get destroyed tomorrow. They're going to get battered by Napoli tomorrow. We're waiting for the right doctor, Connor. We've been waiting for the right midfielder, haven't we, for freaking was it 2 seasons? Bri, like I absolutely get that, but don't I don't like this. I don't like this football club being, stuck. And at the minute, it's stuck everywhere. And I hate it. It has to be the right one as well. Yeah, it has to be. Again, it has to be the right one. But when you know if someone's leaving, normally you have a replacement lined up. That's how it goes. Um, and yeah, I don't get it, to be fair. If we don't reach top four, we will lose out on a lot of money. FSG needs to spend a lot of money to get us up there as well. I think that, Mark, I think the big thing, and I was saying this, I think last week as well, FSG, in my opinion, are not willing to go into that next bracket of the market. Like Liverpool over the last what the last couple of years have been entertaining that A B market. Then obviously Thiago, world class, but price wise and age wise was down a little bit, wasn't he? Liverpool haven't gone into that, and I know Darwin Núñez, yeah, good class as it because Liverpool spent 60 odd million quid for him. But Liverpool haven't gone into that bracket since what, Virgil van Dijk and Alisson Becker, in terms of, I'd say more so Virgil than Ali, because Ali of course was around what, 65 million. It's still like very big money, and of course when you look at it, it's changed Liverpool, for the better. Of course, it's of course it is for the better. But the problem is at the minute, FSG, in my opinion, are not willing to move how we are moving on the pitch. Where you got City, buying, elite level players in terms of, you look at the Haaland deal. All right, everyone will go on about, oh, they signed him for 50 odd million quid. You look at it, he's on 900 grand a week. And I'm not saying Liverpool should be, handing out 900 grand a week for players. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, and it's like what Klopp said, take a little bit more of a risk in the market. I think Liverpool have that idea of the players that they would want right now. I think, as a couple of people have mentioned, and I think Anthony's mentioned Barella, for example. Barella is going to cost 100 million. The way Inter are looking at it at the minute, if Inter got 100 million for Lukaku, of course they're going to go on and ask for the same for Barella. Barella is by miles their best player, and they'll be right to do that. And that's the thing at the minute, where I think Liverpool as well have put themselves into that corner at the minute in terms of the transfer window. We have kind of cut ourselves off because every team in Europe knows and they have the knowledge that Liverpool are after midfielders. They know it's all right. When Liverpool come calling, you're already going to put your price up a little bit anyway because Liverpool are coming for the player. But when Liverpool are that desperate, because when you look at it, James Milner's most likely going to be gone next year. Ox, Naby, might be, one of the other lads might go as well, potentially. Maybe a Curtis Jones might go out on loan or something like that, but there'll be another player gone and so on. Of course, Roberto Firmino is most likely going to leave next summer as well, so we're going to need to replace him as well. We're already talking about people and players needing replacing without adding to the squads, and that's the worst thing about it. Where I was saying this to Jack, I think last week when we were speaking off camera, it would not surprise me if Liverpool tried to go all in on Konrad Laimer or players like that. Free transfers that are coming up. Again, you can spend a little bit more on wages, but transfer fees, free, either free transfer or a couple of million. And that's the problem with Liverpool at the minute, where we're not moving into that market where we're paying 60, 70 million quid for a marquee signing that's going to change us for the next 5 years. We are still in that bracket of looking for cheap bargains where, don't get me wrong, I think that's still the correct way to go around it. But when you see a player an opportunity there to go and spend, 60, 70, 80, 90 million on a world-class player that will change us for the future, I think you should go and do it. And I think that's a big thing where I think FSG are not willing to do. And they're not willing to spend £300 million in the summer. They're not. Without recouping, what, 100 odd million quid. It's not. And it won't happen. And I just fear everyone's going to get really frustrated next year, including Klopp, including us lot as well. We're all going to get frustrated over the next 2 windows, especially January and in the summer as well. We're going to get very, very frustrated. And, again, we're going to be, screaming out for people to for FSG and the transfer committee to sign players as well. Anyway, but let's move on then from the conversation. I will read a few of your comments, guys. Let me know your starting 11 prediction as well, and your score prediction in the chat down below as well. Goldbridge at it again. Anyway, says Rob, buddy, what the hell's he on about now? Sounds like we're negotiation in public. I wouldn't write it off just yet. I wouldn't write it just, like I said, I wouldn't write it completely off, but if you were to say right now, do I think Jude Bellingham's coming to Liverpool? No. That would be my answer. Even though I've been probably one of the most optimistic people about Jude Bellingham and Liverpool. Anyway, but Brian, I don't think Jude will choose us over Madrid. I wouldn't. I would have, and I supported us since I was in nappies, lol, as well. Rob, I wouldn't want to see that. But not joking anyway. Better not see 2 goalkeepers on the bench again. Can't see the purpose of that. Mark, you're 100% going to see that tomorrow, because we don't have anyone else to name on the bench as well. Quarter of a point, question mark. Maybe. We should cash in on Naby in January before his contract runs out. Anthony, who on earth's going to sign Naby Keita when they know he's going to be on a free in 6 months' time? I think he's going to go to Dortmund, personally. I think that will be the falling part about it, where Jude will go to Madrid, and then I think Naby might go to Dortmund, because Dortmund are apparently huge admirers of Naby. Anyway, let me quickly read Elskouse's comment anyways, but it might not be Liverpool's fault. The local GP may not be taking new patients, so Liverpool screwed. I like that. Elskouser. Local GP. Imagine trying to get appointments, to be fair. But Ali Gomez, Nat Phillips, Virgil van Dijk, Robertson, Thiago, Betetic, there we go, can't say his name. Elliot, Firmino, Nunes, and Salah. Gary, I love the team. Only S and Connor just mean like our transfer policy, only the first choice. Oh no, I know you were joking, Bright. I was joking myself, to be fair. But no, honestly, it's ridiculous, isn't it? That's just the way it's going at the minute, isn't it? But clubs run our business as CEOs, not fans or people interested in sport as well. Yeah, Mark. Absolutely agree with you on that. Thiago's one of my favourite footballers of all time, but I think we made a mistake signing him, says Bry. I don't think we made a mistake. I think we've made a mistake by awfully relying on him, and the fact that Liverpool can't play football without him. I think that's the thing at the minute. Anyway. Thiago hopefully will be back by the weekend. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Mark. As well, Italian players never settle in England, especially outside London. As well, 90 million for Barella is double risk as well. Yeah, I think especially considering age. I think if you're going to spend that on a player that's around between 19, 20 and 23, 24, I think that's fine. I think Barella's 20. I think Barella's 27, going on 28. Let me quickly. Nikolai Barella. Let me double check. Oh, he's 25. So yeah, I'd say that's a decent range to to buy someone. I'd say, to be fair, anyway. Wasn't there a rich owner interested in buying Liverpool a couple of weeks ago? I don't think so. I think there was rumours, wasn't it, when again FSG was a main talk about it. Of course, Liverpool value the club around 6 billion, so the only people are coming in around that mark is, of course, Saudis. Same as Newcastle, same as City. It's only Saudi owners that are going to be coming in at that price. There isn't going to be any other people coming in at 6 billion to buy the club anyway. Is it? Liverpool needs 7 midfielders, 2 in January, 5 in the summer. Gary, I'd love it if Liverpool did that. Not really many players can step up. Ben Doak, I thought, would be in the main squad as well. Ben Doak at the minute, if anyone is watching under 23 games, Ben Doak looks to be the future. He looks so good at the minute as well. But I do, guys, if you haven't yet watched him, then please go on and watch him. Ben Doak is the future for Liverpool anyway. Amazing player, and hopefully can continue going on as well. Tom's in as well, saying, "Hi Connor. Seeing a sports science paper, it talks about an elite triathlon competition that now trains less miles and are getting faster, increased stamina with short, high-intensity training sessions as well." Again, Tom, if it would work for Liverpool, I'd love that. But again, we know how fast Liverpool work out, don't we? In training and so on. It's ridiculous. Yeah, we don't have a Coutinho as a sell again. Getting someone like Lima for free would help massively in the rebuild. Yeah, it would. The problem is he wants Bayern Munich. That's the big problem with it as well. But basically, you're always going to get injuries with long high intensity training. Quality training is better than quality. Quality training is better than quality training and to reduce sports injuries. Yeah, no, absolutely agree with that, Tom, as well. And again, it's that fact that because it's such a chaotic season, we don't. You look at preseason, for example. I think we played the most preseason games than any other team in the league. So in some regards, it helps longevity wise. I think intense training. But again, if you're doing that week in week out to try and fix things, again, of course, it's going to weigh all the players down, especially after last season as well, that we've already mentioned in previous shows as well about of course the longevity and the tiredness from last season is infecting this season as well, to be fair. But that's the thing. I mean, Thiago is so good. You have to build your team around him, but he's not reliable enough. Yeah, I agree with you on that point, Bray, as well. You can't have Thiago understudy sitting on the bench. He's a total one-off as well. Yeah, I absolutely agree with it. I think the only, looking into the future, the only ones you could probably say is what Gavi and Pedri at the moment for Barcelona could be, anywhere near Thiago in that regard as well. But again, hopefully Liverpool do find someone anyway. And Mark saying, yeah, but all clubs run training like science, but we still have a lot of injuries as well. It's not the best as a guys at the minute, having so many injuries. Of course, Darwin Núñez back, which is a massive positive. Of course, Jurgen speaking about him. And hopefully will be fit enough. He did say that we'll see with Darwin. I do think Darwin might be on the bench. Spoilers: I have started him for the starting line prediction. Guys, let me know yours as well in the comments down below. But I just think that personally, I think Darwin should start. I don't think we saw it against against Nottingham Forest. Liverpool didn't finish chances, and I think that's a big problem for the team as well. Anyway, but let me know, guys, your starting 11 predictions in the comment section down below. Could be interesting to know your guys' thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. But yeah, this is what I've gone for the game tomorrow. I do think it will be interesting. I don't know what system we're going to play, because at the minute we can't really play. We're not playing 4-3-3. We're not playing 4-2-3-1 because we haven't got the players at the moment. So I think we're going to go 4-4-2. And again, I might be wrong with this, but again, at the moment, I don't see any other way Liverpool can play. Now, again, I have not put Roberto Firmino in this team because I think Liverpool might need something off the bench that at the moment we currently don't. We don't have an attacking option. I do believe that it will be the same back five. Well, the back five anyway that is on screen. Potentially, we might see James Milner keep his place at right back for the Reds instead of Trent. I do think there will still be Ali, Gomez, Virgil, and Robbo that will keep their place. Obviously, Alisson Becker at the moment is Liverpool's best player by a country mile. Is the only player at the minute that I think deserves a massive shout out for what he's doing on the pitch at the moment. I do think it will be Fabio Carvalho on the left, Fabinho and Hendo in the two, with Harvey Elliott on the right. And then I do think Darwin Núñez does start against Ajax. Of course, scored the winning goal last year for Benfica. Darwin Núñez did in the round of 16, I believe. And of course, Mohamed Salah as well up front alongside Darwin Núñez. Let me know, guys, your thoughts on that team as well. Let me know your formation as well. Do you think Liverpool might go 4-4-2? Do you think Liverpool might go 4-2-3-1? I think it will be interesting tomorrow to see what Klopp does go for because, again, there isn't much options to choose from. But, again, a system change a little bit might help, again, potentially anyway. But, again, it will be interesting anyway. But Brian saying I'd look at the number of matches played, expected to play before training as well. Absolutely, really hope so, Connor, as well. Mark going exactly how I feel we should set up as well, 4-4-2 for Mark there as well. And Brian on Ali, Trent, Virgil, Gomez, Simicas instead of Robbo, Fabinho, Hendo, Elliott, Firmino, Salah, and Carvalho. So no. Who's not there for Liverpool? So no Darwin Núñez for Liverpool. Would be very, very interesting as well. Obviously, Brian saying Núñez instead of Bobby if fit as well. And again, for me, I think if Darwin isn't 100% fit, do not start him because I don't want Darwin Núñez being it. Because if he was to get a hamstring problem now, he's out into the World Cup. So again, it's crap either way, isn't it? As well, but I hope Klopp doesn't start Jones as well. Yeah, I don't want Curtis Jones starting in a DM position. I think he did speak about Curtis Jones and saying he was not in his comfortable zone. But even when he was shoved out on the left as well, he's played left mid for Liverpool. He's played there in the England setup as well, and again he looked utter shite against. Excuse my French, just past the watershed. He looked absolutely crap against Forest. And yeah, for me, I think he does. So he does not start for Liverpool anyway, but Núñez has to start for me if he is fit as well. Yeah, absolutely. I do agree with you. But they mark as well. But guys, let me know your score prediction in the comment section down below. I'm personally going to go with a 2-1 Liverpool win. I think I'm going to go with Salah and Darwin to get the goals for Liverpool. I do think it will be a cagey affair. Again, that Ajax crowd's going to be absolutely electric. And the way Liverpool are playing at the moment, again, Liverpool are there to take on at the moment. Again, the City result and the West Ham result was positive. The Forest result was crap. But again, we all know Liverpool can go on a mad run. We're just waiting for it to happen. And so far, it hasn't happened. And fingers crossed, it'll be a 10 times the better performance than it was against Forest. And hopefully, certain players will take their opportunities. Virgil van Dijk. But not even that. Hopefully, we'll just hopefully. I'd hope the first half we just do the same as what we did with Rangers, just batter them. That's what I'd hope for. But again, I do think Ajax, even though they did lose, very heavily to Napoli, I do think they are still a really, really good side with very, very good players as well. So for me, I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool. Hopefully we can qualify with a win. And then, of course, we'll be playing Napoli at home to see who tops the group. I think at the minute it's probably best for Liverpool to finish second. So again, if Liverpool beat Napoli, we top the group. If we draw, I think Napoli finish the group on top as well. To be fair, anyway, and of course, the last time Liverpool finished second in the Champions League, Liverpool went on to win it. So that's good news in some regards. Anyway, if we're into that thing anyway, but Brian's gone with 2-2 as well. I'd still get Liverpool through, of course. 5-0 to Liverpool. Gary, I love the optimism, my friends. I absolutely love it. I'm hoping for a win, but a draw would suit me as well. To be fair, anything but a loss, but just a performance, just put in a performance that is worthy of speaking about. I don't want the same, crap that was against Forest. I want a tidy performance like we saw against City, like we saw against West Ham. And just hopefully we can get the result from that as well. Because if Liverpool were playing amazingly and we still lost 1-0 to Forest, I'd go fair enough. But Liverpool at the minute this season, I feel like all the drop points that's happened so far has been our fault. I don't think teams have broken us down that much, apart from probably Napoli, where we got battered. Apart from that, I think Liverpool, we've been our own problem so far this season, and we need to wake up sooner rather than later. Because again, of course, hopefully we'll get through in the Champions League, but even then, from now until then, tough Premier League games, and it's going to be thick and fast, and it's going to be hard and chaotic, and hopefully can finally wake up as well. But Gary going for a bet on that as well. Yeah, probably 5-0 Liverpool. That'd be pretty amazing if that cashes in. City still 0-0 as well. Again, I think they qualified, and they're already qualified as well. So I don't think they really care, do they? Realistically, anyway. But just a run through then, guys. Before we do head off, what we have spoken about in tonight's show. Of course, we've spoken about Michael Edwards, and of course, what has been said. He's not going to Manchester United. That is, as Melissa's already said, it is fiction. It's not going to happen. But it does look like the Chelsea are trying to get him as their CEO of football as well, which again would be an amazing opportunity for Michael Edwards. But again, it does look like that he isn't going to take it. He is on sabbatical at the moment, and it might take some time before he does come back into football. Of course, Virgil van Dijk speaking about Liverpool's poor form so far, and hopefully we can kickstart it at the moment. Of course, Klopp as well also mentioning the fact that Naby and Ox will not be part of tomorrow's squad because they're not registered in the Champions League squad, which again isn't the best. And of course, speaking about Thiago Alcantara as well, will be out for tomorrow's game against Ajax, and hopefully could be back in time as well for Leeds on the weekend. And of course, we showed you this graph as well of the players' injuries so far. And again, it's not the best viewing, is it? Of course, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain with the longest injury, one injury to a player so far, of course. And of course, as you can see, the likes of Trent and Darwin, the least injured of them all. But again, only 8 players so far this season have not been injured, which again isn't good enough as well. And of course, we've showed you our starting 11 prediction as well. That is my team. I think Liverpool will put out tomorrow to face Ajax tomorrow. Hopefully beat Ajax as well and qualify for the knockout stages of the UEFA Champions League. But guys, that is going to be it from me. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. If you have, then please feel free to leave a like. Again, apologies I haven't been live the last couple of days. I was planning to go live on the weekend for the Forest game. I had poor internet, so the stream wasn't really that great. I did log into this and try and have a look at it. It was terrible, kept lagging everywhere. And then of course yesterday I was meant to stream and I've just been ill. Didn't feel the best today, but I thought bugger it, we'll stream. Because again, I love streaming. I love talking to you guys about the Reds. I love talking about Liverpool Football Club. I love Liverpool, and I love you guys as well. Interacting with all of you guys as well. Because again, look, we all love the club. We all love Liverpool, and hopefully, we can all watch the Reds win tomorrow. Anyway, but again, to a few comments before we head off. Anyway, I can't see Keita playing for us again. I think he will play. I don't think it's going to be for a while though, because again, he has to come. He hasn't had the preseason, has he? Really, to be fair. But Dave's in as well. Hello, Dave. Hope you're having a fantastic day, my friend. Going with the 1-1 draw as well. Of course, that would help Liverpool qualify for the knockout stages, and again, it would be nice, Dave, as well. Just anything but a loss tomorrow would be good, but a win would be amazing away to Ajax as well. Anyway, but last comment of the video anyway. But thanks everyone. Let's have a massive win and a good night as well. Yeah, hopefully all of you have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday. I was going to say Thursday then. Tuesday evening anyway, and hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow after the game. Hopefully to talk about Liverpool beating Ajax away from home. Anyway, but if you're new around here as well, viewing us for the first time, if you could please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I believe as well, before we do head off, we are on, I think, 15 likes. So if we can get up to 20, that'll be amazing, guys. Again, doesn't cost much, but if we can get to 20 likes, that would be massively appreciated as well. Anyway, but until next time, guys, that's going to be it from me. I've been Connor from the Club Council. I'll see you all tomorrow. Ta-ra.